I am joined on stage today by a group of individuals who have made contributions that have either directly or indirectly resulted in our project's progress. U.S. Congressman and Delta Chi brother John Mica, Volusia County Council member Joey Alexander, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University President Dr. John P. Johnson, the Embry-Riddle Chapter of Delta Chi Housing Corporation Vice President Brother John Mazer, Housing Corporation Director Brother Wally Tiedemann, and the Delta Chi Undergraduate Chapter President Brother Steve Mashinsky. So without further ado, I'd like to bring forward our first speaker. It's the Corporation Director, Brother Wally Tiedemann.
Thank you. Honorable Congressman Mica, President Johnson, Councilwoman Alexander, thank you for coming. Today is a great day for the Embry-Riddle Chapter of Delta Chi, because today, on our 40th anniversary, we bring our Delta Chi home back to where it should be on the Embry-Riddle campus. Delta Chi's first house, like so many in the 1960s, was located on US 1 at 427 South Ridgewood, and it housed about 10 undergraduates at the time. It was a rental property, and at the end of each semester that contract would end and we'd move, and in 1972 we moved to our second house, which is 535 South Ridgewood. That house also held about 10 undergraduate brothers. In 1975, we decided to move across the street to what eventually became our home for 30 years at 538 South Ridgewood. And at that particular time, we made the decision that we needed to be a little more stable in terms of housing and what was going on. We did not want to be moving every semester. So in 1976, local alumni that were headed basically by Greg Nelly started a plan to purchase the property at 538 South Ridgewood, which we finally did purchase without rain in 1976. The short version is, through Greg's hard work and dedication, we basically purchased properties that totaled 3 houses, held 18 undergraduate students, and was from Highway US 1 all the way to C grade. And we stayed in that house for 30 years, and it was his work and dedication for us to keep housing going as long as we did. In 2005, we eventually sold that property. We were able to build a cash revenue, a reserve, and we decided that we wanted to look for housing on campus. And that's where we are today. You know, the only thing, let me end with, that you know about is they asked the founding brother Monroe Marsh Sweetland what he thought about how well Delta Chi had done. And he basically said, we built better than we knew. So, I'm going to let John handle this now. Thank you.
We're going to go over here for a minute. Quick 5 minutes.
I guess it's time to start back up. Everybody's weathered the storm, everybody dry. Anybody get soaked? I know some of the folks up here in their suits, and many of you out there did get a little bit wet, but we appreciate you sticking it out and staying with us. I'm going to be relatively short. What I think is it's really important that here we all are standing right where Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University is going to have its very first on-campus fraternity house, Delta Chi. We're here where that is right now. It's so great to be part of that. The idea of starting a fraternity on campus really started many years ago. You may have seen a little article in the paper today. They mentioned about 15 years, but it was actually longer than that. I counted the years. I counted it a different way. It was actually 3 university presidents ago where talk of bringing the Delta Chi on campus began. That was with
President Sliwa, and then George Ebbs discussed it, and then now it's happening under our current president, Dr. John Johnson. So that's probably about 18 years where they started talking about that.
there was a twofold idea for wanting to bring Delta Chi on campus and any external fraternities that we have that aren't located on part of the university property. One of it was just to bring the fraternities closer, proximity to school, maybe a safer location for the new students that are not used to being at home, away from home and alone on their own, and spending less time traveling back and forth so they could spend, and I'm sure Dr. Johnson will like to hear this, spend more time doing their studies instead of commuting back and forth to campus. But there was another, and what he thought, what we all thought over time was a more important reason to bring the fraternities on campus, and that's to almost complete a total university experience for the students in here. It was just a technical school. It was a place you came for your flight ratings. It was a place you did get your first degree certificates, but it didn't have all the stuff with big colleges, with football teams, all of the college, true college experience. It was great at what it did, but it just, kids were leaving, young men and young ladies were leaving without that kind of experience. First, it was expanding the facilities we have. We have everything from chapels to health workout facilities on campus. Then expand the sporting teams and the experience of a real, not just technical school, but a true university type experience. The final complement of that would be bringing fraternities on campus. Now, not every member of the university, every student is going to be in a fraternity, but it would still enhance their life. It wasn't just for Delta Chi, and it wasn't just for Greek life and other fraternities, but having fraternities on campus with their competitive events that they run on campus, the contests, some of the crazy things that they do, painting the Spirit Rock on campus, there would be much more of that. So all students that are attending this university would have more of a true university type experience between expanding the sports programs that we have. Maybe we'll get football someday. We'll have to talk to Dr. Johnson about that. Maybe not, but everything we're doing here is at the top level of all the universities in the country. So they're doing what they do well. And this was the final part of that, to give a true university experience. Again, not to just the Greek members, the fraternity members, sorority members, but to all of the students on campus. Now, as we were looking for a location close to school, actually, our friend Councilwoman Joey Alexander was instrumental. Very limited space on campus. The school was almost totally built out, and that's why for all of those years there was no place to put a fraternity or additional building space on campus. But she was instrumental in helping find additional county land, much needed for university expansion. She was a big help to the university to get more land to expand their campus and then allow the fraternity right on campus. So we thank Joey very much for that. So it was extreme. She's not just here because county. She was here because this is allowed to happen because of what she's done helping the university find more space. Now, fellow Delta Chi brother, Congressman John Mica, he, again, is our representative for this area, and he does a lot for the university, but he's here also because he was a very important part of helping encourage, as a Delta Chi, but also a good businessman knowing what it takes to make the universities run. He's helped bring Fraternity House on campus to the university that he attended when he was an undergrad. So he totally understands the impact that we can have to the entire student body. And so he lent his support to encourage the whole university administration to support us in getting this done, and that's why it is underway. As I said, this started 3 presidents ago, and though there are many others who will help by providing their knowledge, their skills, their support to make this happen today, we'd like to thank President John Johnson, who undertook the project. It's under his watch as the current president of the university, and without his say-so, we could not be doing this, and we'd like to thank him very much for that.
I always say John is much too generous, but you always love hearing nice comments, so thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And I know that it's an exciting day because many of you have already told me, and I look out there and I see those smiles on your faces, and I think, yes, you know, occasionally government does help do something right? But anyway, it is certainly a pleasure for me to be here and for the groundbreaking of Embry-Riddle's first fraternity house, Delta Chi. So I know that you're excited about that. And you know, I don't think I realized how many years. In my mind, it was just 6, 7, 8 years maybe where there'd really been a lot of focus. But then when I hear really how long it is, it reminded me of a saying that says the important thing about goals is having one, because goals keep you focused. A goal certainly has kept everybody focused in getting a fraternity house on this campus. So I applaud each and every one of you. That's just great. And you know, I have to say too that being part of a fraternity or sorority is about a lot more than just having a bunch of fun. Even though I know that a lot of people maybe think that. But Greek life is about friendship, trust, loyalty, and service to the community. And I think these traits, and being a member of one, where you actually can have that team building, you develop responsibility, helps you not only in college life, but in your career goals and for the rest of your life. So my congratulations to the university and to everyone who's been instrumental in getting this campus having its first fraternity house. So thank you so very much. I applaud each and every one of you, and it's great seeing all of you here. Thank you.
How you doing, folks? We're very proud to be here for this dedication, this symbolic undertaking which signifies the university's commitment to construct a beautiful new home, the first in Greek housing, and that will support our wonderful fraternity, Delta Chi. And I can tell you that Embry-Riddle has been doing a lot of building lately. Some of you may remember that on Christmas Day in 2006, we had a little inclement weather come through, a little tornado, and it did some damage. We referred to that as God's way of doing a little pruning, and that just provided a challenge for us. And so we began a campaign of construction where we built a fitness center and a new college of business building and a new aviation complex that is truly world-class and the best on the planet. And we put up a new Apollo Hall, a new residence hall, and we are about to build a Henderson building, which will be called the Henderson Administration and Welcome Center, and it's going to replace old Spruance Hall that was there that housed administration. So old ball people like me will actually have a chance to return to campus and to do what we enjoy best, and that's being able to interact with our students and our staff and our faculty. And in addition, we are committed to building a new 140,000 square foot College of Arts and Sciences building. There will be 5 stories, and we'll have the largest university-based telescope in the state of Florida to support a new astronomy program. So we're doing a lot of things, and then we're going to be building a new student center that will house all of our advisement and our registration and bursar and all of that, so that we'll finally be able to eliminate the Riddle runaround. We'll put all that together, and I'm also pleased to announce it will also include a theater and game rooms. We're trying to strengthen student life on campus, and that's one of the reasons that it gives me great pride to make this commitment to build the first Greek house on our campus. And I'll make a further commitment to you that we're going to build a fraternity row. Our master planners have already designed that, and we'll be looking at putting up about 5 or 6 homes in the next few years to create an Embry-Riddle fraternity row. And of course, Delta Chi will lead that way. So I also want to make it clear, probably echoing something Mr. Mazur said, and that is that students who belong to fraternities and clubs and who bond together graduate at a higher rate with a higher GPA than students who don't. So we are very pleased for that reason as well to build the Delta Chi House. So thank you for coming, and it's an honor to move forward aggressively in this direction. I'd also like to acknowledge Mr. Mazur for his hard work and effort in working with the Delta Chi House Corporation and to make this reality. We appreciate his perseverance, and sometimes, John, that's what it takes, a little perseverance, so we appreciate that very much. This time I'd like to acknowledge our great congressman from the state of Florida, Congressman John Mica, a true friend of Embry Riddle.
This may be one of the shortest speeches I give. You all are saved by the good Lord has sent a little rain down to wash me out, but I'm pleased to be here. You young people and some of the older ones, there are certain days in your life you remember, and I guarantee you will remember this day, not only for the rain, but also for the groundbreaking that's going to take place here on the new chapter house. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. One of the guys says, what do you do? I said, well, I'm a member of Congress, and I was trying to explain what I'm doing here. I should have told him I'm here on a work release program this weekend, but this is a great occasion for the fraternity. Once again, Delta Chi leads the way, right, guys? And this is the first fraternity house, but we had to make way for all the rest of the fraternities. So what we've gotten resolved and solved will not only benefit Delta Chi, but all the other Greek community, right? All right. So thank you, Dr. Johnson. He couldn't be a better partner. Maury Husseini, I guess your board chairman who's not here. The best part about this, guys, is I won't have to pick up the phone and listen to John Meserve again to tell me we got to get this done, Micah. So, but you had wonderful alumni across the board who supported this effort. The other thing, too, is I love to do this. You know, I'm kind of tight-fisted Delta Chi like some of you guys. We're doing it all with somebody else's money. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Go Delta Chi.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right, without further ado, I think we're going to grab some shovels. So if you want to bring your camera down here and take some pictures, we're going to break ground.
We got some of the other alumni. Ed, come on up. Ed. Come on, some of the undergraduates too around here. You want to be in the picture? You want to have to be photoshopped in? Come on. Oh, Julie. Get that yellow shirt up here. That will show. All right, fine. Okay, we ready? Congratulations. This is super. See how quickly you can give a speech? What's your name? Change that. What's your name? Where are you from? Miami, Edison. Before you I turned 21 in Paris. That's right. Did you have a good time? I was there a long time. Lots of parties. You thought you could dress up like this? I wouldn't look like this.